Happy Sunday, folks. We're still inside. I reckon we're gonna be inside for another 4 or 5 months, something like that. I don't know. The thaw, when does that come? April, if we're lucky, maybe. But yeah, we're back. I got a new tune. You know what? It's done. This sucker right here has just got to learn it. It is entitled albeit / all be it. Yeah, it's kind of fun. If you like words, I like words. One is late and one is early medieval English, when they used to say the phrase albeit for like although, but then they just took out some letters and squished it, and then we got albeit. I think that's pretty neat. And it's yeah, it's another mental health song. Aww, back in Sesame Street. Wait, maybe that's not Sesame Street. I don't know, but here it is. We're gonna start with it. I'm very happy with it. It's fun. It's a little bit different. It's got a chugging groove. Not really a chug like you think, like metal or something like that, but it's got a forward moment. It's got a forward momentum, yeah. Yes, it's directional. How about that? But yeah, I do appreciate you folks. We're getting close to 500 subscribers, which is pretty cool. It seems to stagnate once we get around like big 10, every 10 or so, it'll just drop off for like a week, and then I'll lose one, and then I'll gain one. I'll lose one, and then I'll gain one. So it'd be a lot easier for me if I could just like not pay attention to it, but you know, that's not, like I said, that's easier said than done. And yeah, we've got a show coming up next month. We had an absolutely botched March tour. I reached out to 10, a dozen, something like that, different venues, and either people were closing up shop and selling because they couldn't do it anymore, they couldn't run the business, or they couldn't afford me to pay what I know I'm deserved and what other people can pay me, or they wanted to not answer whatsoever and run their business that way, which is foolish. Yeah. So if you play shows and you want to know those ones to avoid, you let me know. Otherwise, I'm not dirty laundering just willy-nilly. But yeah, some people are pretty unprofessional, and it makes it hard for folks who are doing it like myself independently, DIY. I'm doing it myself, yourself being myself. And serious, don't put your nose on the, that's a camera that's rolling right now. Fretboard cam just got an up snot snerious shot. Up schnout. Well, we'll make sure we flip over when that happens. But yeah, so hopefully this doesn't come off as me complaining. I just want to vocalize and let you folks know why we're not having like an 8-show tour like we have past seasons. And it's not lack of trying. It's me knowing my worth, and lack of trying on people trying to run their business seemingly foolish, a foolhardy way, foolishly. Either way, I'm gonna play you some music right now. How about that? How about that? Start again. They upped my pillage to quell the edge for a mongrel pilgrimage. Color me impressed, and still I know grass doesn't grow from pulling it. To think of chlorophyll at a time like this, when all I really need is a punctual pharmacist. sing so clear. Some say I'm weaker than their projected self. My metabolism intolerance speaks for itself. Till 3, and she suggests this interrupted sleep can bode well. It'll affect your mood and your mental health, dick in the dirt, depression and mania. That's that. Ooh, I like that one. I trimmed it down, and now we sit right at like 4 minutes, 390, 350, something like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm really proud of the chorus. It kind of came to me as where that verse is just over the last 2 weeks of it being so cold and me really messing up my own sleep schedule and by proxy mental health for staying up days on end, making sure we literally don't freeze to death. And that's real, man. When it's cold and you live in the mountains, and I'm sure not the only one who faces that. So yeah, I figured it was important to share, but it was neat because I had the verse just sitting in a notes, like my notes app on my phone. I'll write down stuff as it comes to me, leave it. And then I was working on this song and I wrote that chord structure, which if you were here on Wednesday for Patreon, which if you're not on Patreon, it really helps. It helps me. It's only $3. Only $3. You can join and you get another one of these. You get early access to these. You could see this at midnight on Sunday morning. You get a digital download, a bunch of stuff. But I had talked to that and I'm like, oh, I just wrote chords for that. So I have chords for the chorus and we'll get there soon. I got there since then. I really ironed it down last night. And yeah, it's neat. It's something, I think it's an important song in the lines of self-seeding and stuff like that. Where there's some really meaty verses, there's a lot being said, and then just kind of summarizing that in the chorus. So I think what I did. It's also the first song I've written in a very long time on the nylon. Fully, which is pretty cool. And fret not, everybody out there who's really dying to know that Martin is fine. She, he, whatever they be, is kicking it over there in the other room. Hey, serious? What's up, buddy? You just see a lone ear. Boom, boom. Jaws thing swimming. Boom, boom. Hey, man. Dad, you're kind of like right near all my treats and stuff. Wouldn't it be cool if you gave me a treat? You want to see something really cool? Seriously, you want a chimkin? You want chimkin? Go around this other side. I can stop the whole show for you, bro. You tell all these people I can stop the whole show for them. Where are you going? You stay back. Yeah, you go right there. See, these are like just pieces of chicken that I've gone through a dehydrator. See you later, buddy. My mom sent these down for him. She didn't want her dog, Ella, which a lot of you guys know Ella from the summer videos and from recording up there. She's like, oh, I don't want Ella to eat all these. Let's split with Sirius. Well, all right, you'll love it for it. Love you for it. Even more, it for. All right, let's play some other songs. Well, we went in the weeds on that one because that's a new song. We needed to do that. We weeded to do that. Weeded to do that. Yeah, I'm excited to see where it will come out. I've got a busy week and a half, something like that. And then I'll demo that probably somewhere, wherever it feels appropriate. And yeah, rock and roll. I awake to a field mouse, dropping a shag of hickory nuts in the ceiling above my head. When it rains, the inevitable tin roof leaks. I smell the seeds the rodents miss, becoming swollen. Sat near a campfire all day yesterday, cooking with a friend of mine. My throat feels like it's afraid of heights. I lean a ladder against a crumbling chimney. The house no longer exhales strong. To throw tar on leaky lungs. I first see the signs of growth. A push of green matching the house's exterior paint. Easily a dozen tree seedlings, haphazardly arranged by mice. Treehouse in reverse. It made me better let nature at its course. Let the trunk support our slanted roots. Let the roots plug our basement holes. Color grows in love. I'll handpick you the flowers of your own. I'm your soul roller, eggs and eggs of color. Every day we meet, I'll give her a sweet floral. I'm your soul roller, eggs and eggs of color. Every day we meet, I'll give her a sweet. And any day she weeps, she'll compose a sweet. When we wake, I'll give it a sweet. Grow you this mighty grove, but someday I'm chopping down. Build you up these lovely walls to lay your roof on down, 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 down. I'm gonna sow her eggs and eggs of color. Every day we meet, I'll give her a sweet flora. I'm gonna sow and grow her eggs and eggs of color. Every day we meet, I'll give her a sweet. Any day she weeps, I compose a sweet. When we wake, I'll give it a sweet flora. Yeah. color, growth in love, all impecable, the flowers of our own. Unsolved growers, exit color, every day we need to give her a sweet flora. Unsolved growers, exit color, every day we need to give her a sweet. Any day she weeps, some post is sweet. When we wake up, give it a sweet flora. Yeah. Yeah. So as you see behind me, that's an English U with a bunch of snow pushing it all down. A lot of people will mistakenly call them an arborvitae. May, though it kind of is one, but there are also arborvitaes that are not English U's. That's an English U. You can check me on that, though I don't know how you make any identification from this. But I'm gonna flip you over. Rubber handle grabber bang. My guitar stand. It goes like this normally. Locks right in, put the neck in, both sides, they come down and grip the neck. This, I can go, whoop, and they go, whoop, and it falls down in and goes, whoop. And that's out of the way, so I don't keep on hitting it. I feel restricted in my movement. But yeah, I hope everyone's day is just lovely. I got a hat. This hat, I'm not going to say I stole it, but I obtained it without pay from a place that I worked like 15 years ago. So I guess it's okay. Statute of limitations on something that a value is less than $1 to make or something like that. It's a very cheap piece of shit hat, but I wanted it. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe I did pay for it. But I love wearing my big rabbit hat. That's just sitting right over here, but it kept on falling down in my eyes and I couldn't see to make sure I was still being recorded. I mean, a lot of the songs I don't need to see to play them. Some I do, obviously, but it's just I kept on having to like push my hat back. The same fields where the state allowed the college to grow some weeds. I saw 3 snow geese breaking grass with their maple leaf friends. Yeah, goggle is who makes you giggle. They need not shy up plumage. Thought ingrained in fear can be resolved. I see that you're still afraid to fly. I'll walk you across that border blind where the rottenness jack pine thrive. Water flows, split, splatter rock, Altona flat rock. grackle flock, this fresh trash in the mural painted boxcar, light shimmer black feather, the dark glow of friendship in full. Lost a mouse to the dog. The owl, full of wisdom, let the mouse take the lead. Thought ingrained in fear can be resolved. Had one of the little tassels getting in the way for a second. I got a mustache hair in my kneecap and a serious hair right behind it. And the fridge is about to take off. Yeah. Rock and roll, rock and roll. Yeah, man, I don't know if it's I'm looking at my nail gluing. I don't know if it's like a temperature thing lately that is not curing and setting properly, but even these suckers are giving them more of a run for their business than I would like. And yeah, I gotta figure that stuff out. I stopped using the stuff that was peeling my fingers off, which, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Your fingers shouldn't hurt and peel like they have a sunburn when they don't. It's called a chemical burn. For someone who has so many degrees in science stuff, you can still do dumb stuff. Someone who worked in an environmental testing facility for years, you can still do dumb stuff. Just words of lies. Water. Shot a man to try to steal my water. All right, everyone knows that song. 90s jam bands for 500. I think that album probably came out in the early 2000s. I think 2008. No, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I meditate on the morning, in the summer sun I face it. In winter, in her distance, I face my own hearth, tending to a personal star and then consuming what I feed it. If only the sun would eat. On second thought, gaseous autophagy fits her. On third thought, no, why can't I cast myself right on through and into the sun? A flash in the pan, a stardust-caked broom, like the tail of the king beetle on the coconut estate. Why not be utterly changed into fire? paper we wither, without burn or smoke, gave birth to the seasons, having never seen snow. Billions and billions years burning, several rocks in her throat. Our Gaia's her sister, though they seldom speak. Found less use for words as the era passed. Silence and solstice punctuate time. Through pine pools in Monroe, she's self-occupied, with solar flares dancing, paint coats her brush. So softly inspired, a sweet static store erupts color forwards, a magnet flower blooms, pollen with poles and metallic beads, polarity drifting sends them off course. New fields will blossom, the way of our world, a duet of germination, the splitting of a seed. On his couch, he don't even know his mother's home. Mom? I'd rather lick dads instead. Come here, bud.
Not on the camera?
It is on that one.
Oh,
Two cameras, baby. You'll see on the fretboard cam right now, Sirius is good, just a little bit of whipped cream. He'll get a little pop cup. He's the best boy of the world.
But what about second camera?
What about second camera? And at one point, maybe right now, he gets sick of you holding it, and then he just bites it and he runs away with it. He's like, I don't know, Dad. I like doing this on camera. This is pretty sick. You cleaned it right out. Take it. It's you. Go fuck with it. Yeah. Welcome home.
Thanks.
Thanks for the coffee. Yeah, so that was where the woodpile was, as I always say, because where the woodpile was is no longer where the woodpile was. Where it is where it is not now, for it is in ash buckets and in ash in my compost pile. Our compost pile, comrade. Yeah, so that song, and the next one's Sorority, and I've said this before, they never were two songs, but now they're one. Or they always were two songs, and now they're one. But there's some lyrics I had to tweak here and there, and this is just me being geological savvy and astrological, not astronomer. What's the garbage one?
Astrological?
Yes, age of the moon is more than a singular billion. And I used to just say a billion years burning. And I'm like, man, I gotta bump up those billions. So I'm not sure how exactly I want to do it. Billions and billions, that kind of works. Billions years burning, when I do the billions years, it kind of sounds weird. So that's in the constant state of change, like the sun. So we'll see. You can't, I ain't got no cream in mind, bro. God, I don't know. Oh, enjoy. Thank you. What does yours say?
Thanks.
Thanks. I wish I was in there. I'm nuts about this one. Was that the last one said?
Yeah.
Got a pistachio latte. It says, we're nuts about this one.
Hey.
So I'll add the caveat that we make coffee at home all of the time. But we have loved ones who, for a treat, to treat us from doing that all the time, will give us these for Christmas and birthdays, and we'll get a Starbucks card or something like that, and there's one a few miles away, so we'll treat ourselves, and we'll treat the dog. He'll get nice and get a pup cup. I think I got glue on one of my strings. Idiot. I don't play them that fresh after. I got something sticky on there. Really? It should sound like this. You like sound like what? Exactly. This, and then this. It's like 3 little ridges. I gotta get out my little jeweler's loop and see what it is doing in there. All right, get back to playing, man. Jeez, wow. You have safe travels?
Yeah.
All right, let me get one more blast of the hot stuff. I'm feeling me standing next to a campfire for hours and hours and hours yesterday in my throat.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, holding a low note out for an hour. Was there more room to get past? I tried to tuck this in.
Yeah.
And I found that this height is the exact height as under this bar.
I see that.
And that was so satisfying. Got a cross wing for my music stand. And the little table I put my drinks on, literally the clearance to slide under was minute. It was minuscule. Dog, what I wanted tonight. Said one is not a need but a symptom of grief. I wish my dad was alive again, so I could see him die for Before I let that happen, I'd be sure he finished the shit he didn't. I can no longer count on my right hand. All my friends who died and were considered young. From a painful overdose to a sorrowful self-lynching. Yeah, a little had. There we are. We rockin', we rollin'. But yeah, like I've said before, I hope everyone's day is going splendidly, just with absolute exuberance. I'll be honest. I mean, we've gotten to the point that this is just the case now. I record these now on Fridays, just so I can give you the best show possible. I can give you the double camera madness, and we can make sure it's all gonna work. I want the folks who are paying the $3 on Patreon to get it as soon as possible. And now that is 12 hours early, which that's pretty cool. Before it would be when I got it done, which sometimes it'd be an hour early. And I was like, that's not really an early access. I mean, anything less than the public one is, technically, but I wanted it to be bigger, more. So now, doing so, I can get it 12 hours sooner for those on Patreon, for both the whole viewing of the video and for the digital download, which they can put on their iPod Nano and put in that little pouch on their arm and go running around and listen to my stuff. And you're just laughing at my antics and people are looking at you like, what is that person doing? Be like, it's okay. You wouldn't understand. Unless you want to. And then you tell them all about Sunday Socials and me and my great quest to take over the world with my folk music. Noble quest. Someone's got to do it. And I don't know if it works right now, but I've done something very silly. I realized that last time when I would switch over to the second camera, it was showing behind me the table, a cloth napkin that had fallen on the floor, and salt and pepper shakers. So they're gone now, but there is a little bird from Iceland that our friends brought us for our wedding. So now I think when you see that angle, you're gonna see a bird sitting behind me. And I'm like, well, this song's on the set list, so it's kind of fitting. Black thistle seed on stiff, stale snow. Bird songs are fairy tales, both age before they grow. A raven finds shiny things, non-denominational wedding rings. Chased by sparrows, confused for crows, bound to circles of ravens below. Of meadows below, of ravens? Maybe. Phalange bones with water stains, tortoise shelled eyeglass frames. Wasn't for need or sexual greed, was reflection compulsion indeed. The way the crow flies, the raven flies too. Dumpster side stories and tales of the two. Grandma Corks had the pleasure of told tales of humans who sung of love. Particular one would start each night of a lover who acknowledged flight. Fawn and flora they personified, neath the trees of thee their bones still lie. And he just threw a cat's toy halfway across the room. Like halfway across the entire living room. Andy. It was mid-flight before it dawned on him the pair of rings belonged to them. Made it quite clear not to mourn or adorn. Turned back on his wings and made it by morn. Kicking a scratch and a whip of his wings. Oil filled in with more than the rings. Black thistle seed on stiff stale snow. Bird songs of fairy tales both age before they grow. She whipped it and it just went whee! Like nice trebuchet. I would spend my days wandering through the woods with you. All our evenings spent watching the moon roll over Dunham's Bay. Our sugar bowls full of sand and our seconds full of sweets. Invoke sweet from nothing, let the nectar slowly drip. We go pawing through the earth to find little bits of our heads all caked in dirt, crystals warm, without to sway. I was happiness personified. Pointed us to the pole and let them all be our flame. All we leave behind are 2 shovels and a pair of trees. So when we timely die, will there arise the trees of we? And every season spring we'll let out our little seeds. And a few rings down the line we'll have seedlings all their own. Serious, I see you. What are you doing? Leave her alone. She's having fun. Andy's doing zoomies, like running fast zoomies. Little kitty cat girl. And Sirius just wants to play, and she's like, "This is a solo adventure, bro." Scratch. Andy, just scratch the pad. Come on. No, she's like, "I don't perform for the camera, Dad. You're the only one that does that in this house, and your dog." I realize I'm getting off center. There we go. I like to be not dead center. I like to be, if you think of the center of the screen as a rectangle, I'd like to be in the right half of that center rectangle. So I'm still centered, but not center-centered, you know? That way we don't completely cut off the top of the guitar, which I don't like doing. This, though I will add, has a very long headstock. They normally end here. My Martin ends here. This is just fancy. Beautiful Japanese ingenuity. They're like, we could just make it a little prettier and a little longer. And I'm glad they did. I want them to sponsor me. I tag them in any video I post using this. I'm like, Arya, I know you still make guitars. Why don't we do something? If you see this now, Arya, wink wink, this one's from the late 60s and I'm taking care of it so well. Could you use a new one for backup? Wink wink. Sears came back for his pup cup up. Heck, any guitar makers out there, you want me to push your stuff? Send me a guitar. I'll put it through the runner. All right, let's talk about medication. Sing about it more so. I've been really chuckling about the line in that new song. All I really need is a punctual pharmacist, because I've been having the worst time with my both medication manager and pharmacists. You know, mental health is like kind of a big deal. The medication they give you is kind of important. They're like, don't stop taking this. It could be really bad if you do. And then they don't, you know, fill and authorize refills. They don't do anything on time. It's 6 days later since I submitted stuff, and it's just like, how do you still have your job? Just making observations. Traded her pronunciations, exchanging words I'll mostly only ever sing, unlearning my disdain for all things proper. My weekly pharmaceutical advent calendar, every dose of vanilla flavored mood stabilizer, lithium-rich bloodstream, satina taught and a static in parallel and rest. The static in parallel and rest. Slowly, as the pavement ends, fading like the eager plants that manage to grow here, like a lady bawling at the grocery cart return. My weekly pharmaceutical advent calendar, every dose of another flavored mood stabilizer, lithium-rich bloodstream, satina chartered and static in parallel and rest. A static in parallel and rest. both the cat and the dog did not care for that tata. Both of their ears just went like, what are you doing, Dad? That's too loud for this house. And I'm like, bro, chill out. And bro lady. Yeah. But yeah, cool. That was a fun one. That was good. That was right on the money. Sorry, I'll stop talking like that too serious. God, I'm really judgy this morning. You just got some fucking pup cup. What are you doing? But yeah, folks, thank you so very much. So yeah, I'll see you folks out there soon enough. Hopefully when it starts warming up, venues and clubs and cafes and bars are more willing to pay what they should when it's warm and more people are coming out to them. Maybe, I don't know. Nothing's changed in my end. So, but otherwise, I'll leave you a hint right now. I will be back on a certain Friday in March in Plattsburgh at the same place I stop every time. Wink, wink. I'll have a poster made up soon and then you'll see it first on the newsletter. So be on my newsletter. That's always found in the description here. Sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up. It's a cool way to stay in the loop, stay in the news, the know, the now, or the when I did it more accurately. But until next time, folks, ta-ta, toodles. I will see you all, well, I guess I'll be seeing myself on the screen while I record it, and you'll be seeing me doing the same. But until next time, bye. Thank you.
We like to have fun around here. No one's gonna do it for us. Trees grown from the roofs of project housing. For the concrete and the litter to call the space down at ground level. Observation of Bronx razor wire. Observation of Bronx razor wire.